Oh. I got this skirt more than 10 years ago on offer in a famous department store in Spain, Corte Inglés, and even though it was a 42, I got it because it settled on my hips, so that was okay, and it was lovely with the faux leather band at the bottom, and I used to wear it with my tights in winter. Really nice. It's really well done. It has its facings, its lining, and it's a pity, so I'm going to customize it because it's looking terrible. And I have doubts if this is a customization or a upcycle or a fixing video, but anyways, if you like this kind of videos and if you are mending your wardrobe or customizing it, or if you're starting to sew, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. It helps the channel a lot, and that way you don't miss anything because I upload twice a week, and that way we sew together. When upcycling, ideas don't come up right away, so give it time. Just look for inspiration, have a look at Pinterest, magazines you have, or maybe you have an idea but you still haven't got the piece of garment you want to upcycle. So have a look in your wardrobe, maybe something that has been really cheap on the sales, something that doesn't fit you anymore, or maybe something you have been given as a gift, or something second-hand, something used for someone. So give it a go and be patient as well. And I have this material, it's a bit see-through, well, quite see-through, so I'll be using a bit of cotton underneath that I'll be sewing to the lining. The skirt has a lining, but as well it's also really see-through, so I'll be making it the same length it has now, but with ruffles, different length ruffles, to give it a bit of volume and something more playful. What a mess. I'm going to just cut the panel and the seam because this is making such a mess that I don't really care if I lose a centimeter of the skirt. So that's that. Now the lining had a little stitch on the lateral seam, so it will stay in place, but I'm going to get rid of it just now and then I'll put it back again. So, bye! I'm going to start with the cotton fabric that I'm going to use so it's not see-through, and I'm going to trace it from the piece I just cut. And what I'm going to do is to sew right sides together, and then this seam I'm going to put to one side and zigzag stitch on top stitch it, but with a zigzag stitch so it doesn't fray, and that way it's really flat on the side seams. Because it's on the inside of the skirt, it won't be seen, and that way you make sure it doesn't fray and it stays in place. And I'm going to double hem it with a double hem and just stitch all along. And with a good press, it's ready to receive all this fabric on top. And my sheer fabric I'm going to cut in strips of material following the 20 centimeter measurement I have of the cotton one. But it's not going to be a skater, I'm not going to give it shape, it's just going to be strips of material that I'm going to not gather but make pleats with. Why is it better, in my opinion, to make pleats? Because gathering makes it really bulky and it's 3 layers of material, so you don't want all that adding volume in your hip area. So I'm going to pleat it. So I have I'm going to cut 20 centimeters, that's going to be the lowest ruffle, then 15 centimeters and 10 centimeters. And I have enough fabric for to make 2 ruffles, one for the front and one for the back. And what I'm going to do first is sew them together, the 3 layers, so they are easier to handle. Once the 3 ruffles are sewn together, the 3 strips of material, I'm going to sew them to the cotton, adding the pleats just by hand, just eyeballing a bit, because I don't think it's necessary to measure that much. And I'm going to do them 3 in one direction and 3 in the other direction, so it's not all in the same one. And because this material is really sheer, you don't want to sew one panel to the next, you want it to be quite flowy. So what I'm going to do to overlap them is just to finish the first one, giving it quite a bit of material left instead of finishing with a pleat. So then I can overlap the next one with a pleat on top, and that way you don't see anything and it looks really nice. And now, pinning first, I'm going to sew these to the skirt right sides together. You can see it right now, but this is the final result. I'm quite happy with it because I think it's very eye-catching and it's a cheap way to upcycle stuff you have in your wardrobe or you've been given. So let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed it, if you upcycle regularly, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. and I leave you the link here of mending, because the upcycle list starts today, so it's not ready yet. So stick there for a while, and I'll see you next week.